Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's Overwatch match of the British Esports Championships, where we have the Marling Matadors going up against the Merthyr Mountains. Should be a fun match tonight. I've joined with me my co-host, my fabulous Reddit Lucio, Fuquan.
Hello there.
Hello
Big
there.
feeder.
Big feeder Fuquan is here, ready to cast some premium Overwatch gameplay.
Do you know much about the teams?
I know I've did spectate a scrim match for the Merthyr Mountains not long ago, and the Merthyr Mountains have some promising aspects about them. After watching their practice and seeing how they performed as a team, it was quite interesting. I feel like if they take away what they've been told by people like watching their scrims and being coaches for them, if they take that away and apply it to these matches this season, I reckon they'll go quite far. But in terms of the Marling Matadors, I haven't really got a clue. But I'm assuming, I have high hopes that we're going to have a great game. And both teams are going to be subpar. That's the wrong word.
I
Superb.
was about to say superb is definitely
Superb is the word, yes. Subpar, not so much. But I'll be very
not
interested.
subpar. I think we're really in for a good match here because I mean the age range of these I mean is worth words. It's
Words are hard
bearing
today.
in mind that I mean these kids are what 16, 17, something like that. They're at college at the end of the day.
True.
And they're still already competing in kind of national esports championships.
That's very true. I couldn't picture myself doing it back in when I was studying in college. I wouldn't have the nerves to be fair, or the knowledge to.
Definitely not.
Which is
it's definitely good because we're seeing that that growth of kind of grassroots level esports here, which is really it's good because as you said, like when we were in kind of college, even like 4 or 5 years ago, something like that, none of this was even remotely on the agenda. Now you're seeing places like Merthyr where they've got their fantastic room. The gaming room it looks insane, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd love to have had something like that when I was at that age, that I could just go in and have like an after school club or something like that, to just kind of, because it means it's being taken more seriously if kind of schools actually have this on the agenda, which is something that I'm really happy about.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. It turns out back in when I was in college not so long ago, my obviously where I'm from they had their esports team taking part in the British Esports Championship, but because it was not so like publicly spoken about or publicly known throughout the college or even online, I missed out on the opportunity to take part. But as like you said, in the past couple of months or the past year or so, there's been a real growth in this sort of grassroots esports, which is amazing because you get more of that younger talent coming through from the kids. They can spend their days after college, after hard days studying, go have an hour or play some games with some mates, or take it seriously and take part in a tournament like this. It's quite impressive of how far this has actually come in such a short time.
Yeah, I think the time frame is so key. It's been so quick, this rise. It's wonderful. Yeah,
it is wonderful indeed.
Either way, I think we're in for a really good match today. I mean, we don't know anything about the kind of Marling Matadors. I think Marling's in Gloucestershire. I don't know. This is me being the GeoGuessr main.
Yeah, GeoGuessr, superb streamer. Yeah.
Indeed.
Marling.
But yeah, so don't know anything about the teams, but it should be really good.
Yeah, I can totally agree with you there. It's from not watching any sort of college British Esports Championships teams before. I think I've watched like 1 or 2 matches that I've seen that have been streamed by one of the colleges, but I haven't properly sat down and thoroughly looked at this sort of scene and the players are in it. I'm really looking forward to what I can see coming out of this game today, and seeing like the sort of, like I said, the younger talent that there is. I mean, most of us, even in our 20s, are moving into the boomer age of esports.
Yeah,
as what people will call it.
Too old.
We're gonna start retiring soon.
Old.
Yeah,
He's only like 27 or something, but he's ancient.
We're all gonna start retiring and becoming coaches very soon. So it should be some fun times for the next couple of months. Oh, nice bits.
Yeah. If we need to see if anyone needs a coach on how to feed and emote in a spawn after chasing people too far, sign me up, please.
If you need someone you want to learn some Reddit, Lucio, and you don't want a semi-feed, ask Fuquan, and he'll give you some assistance. The whole semi-feeding is because sometimes he does feed, but we like to just look over it. Because sometimes he pops off. That's all that matters. Oh.
Yeah. Well, if you want a one-trick Moira turned Baptiste main, from Diamond to a GM.
That's very true. If you want to know who to one-trick in what seasons, let me know. I can slide you a DM. I'll get you top 400, no problem. Just having a conversation. I can't spell with one of the guys who's hopefully be getting into the match very soon. Because right now I'm just staring at a menu screen, and I'm assuming you are too.
Me too. Yeah, I mean we are in the same group.
Yes, that's very true.
Fortunately, Lucio's on my menu screen, so I can't really complain too much.
I got a lovely face-changing Sombra skin.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah. Well, since we've got some time, we'll talk about some recent changes in Overwatch. Since we are both quite, intelligent in the terms of Overwatch news and updates. Well, mainly probably me. But yeah, we'll talk about it. Why not? We are ready. Well, I'll talk about it after I get an invite. Too late. Obviously, I'm assuming, I don't know whether the British Esports Association will do hero bans coming out very soon, couple of weeks time. It's a live service. It'd be very interesting to see how that works out. To be fair, considering it's now on the PTR patch.
Yeah, and is Lucio banned at the moment?
Lucio is banned at the moment.
I'm not playing the PTR.
It's very sad times for Lucio mains on the PTR.
Very, very sad time.
But it's interesting to see how they've done it.
Yeah, I like the little graphics. They've changed a lot of things in this patch, but I think the hero bans is something which is really, really...
It's going to impact the game. Yeah.
For sure. Because they mentioned in the patch notes how they're going for their the kind of aggressive balance changes and like fortnightly updates, and the hero bans being every week or so changing. And I think that's really going to be something special. Well, not special, but it's really going to change how the game functions, and it's going to be less meta focused, and there's going to be less of a set meta, and it's just going to be kind of what can you make out of the heroes that are currently going, which I think is much better.
Yeah, I think it's going to really help shift the meta. Because, as things are right now, it's, double shield, we had goats, we had dive, and those metas stuck around for months. Oh, it's just got an invite. But it'd be very interesting to see, how it will impact the metas going forward to sort of constantly changing, as you would say.
Yeah, it'd be like... It's creating this kind of ever-moving...
meta shift, yeah,
and I think it's going to be really healthy for the game, especially with Overwatch 2 eventually coming out. But for now, it's going to be good.
It'll be very interesting.
They're implementing this as well.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how that works. Yeah, of course. Well, obviously, if you don't know what it is, hop on the PTR patch. If you do play Overwatch, if you don't play Overwatch, what are you doing? Get Overwatch. It's a fun game.
Get on Overwatch.
Get on Overwatch. Check it out on the PTR patch. Let us know if you play it during this game and you come back. Let us know. Let us know what you think about it. And obviously, if you have any comments you want to talk about, let us know in chat and we'll talk about it. Because we're gonna have some breaks between maps. We're gonna have some pauses maybe. We're gonna run out of content. So you feed us the content and we'll talk about it. That's the main feature. Although, yeah, it's going to be what we're doing already, but even worse because there'll be less content to talk about. But we are.
The last thing I want to do is launch into a monologue about Hanzo's logs.
Oh, yeah, true. I can get an amen for that. The amount of times you just get. Oh yeah, we gotta say we're ready. Forgot about that. Yes. We are ready. So we are hopping into the game. We are ready. We have.
Who's in which color?
Game Merthyr will be red, and
Merthyr would be the teams with Merthyr in their names. That would make sense.
That would make sense. Yes, you're right. So we'll have Merthyr in the red, and then we will have the Marling Matadors in blue. And we're starting off in Ilios.
Ilios Ruins.
Ilios Ruins.
Maps. You would think that me, as a little Reddit Lucio main, would love Ilios well more, but to be honest, I always feel as though I played better on Ilios Ruins.
Yes, and a lot more versatility, such as, all these pillars and the middle point. A lot of high ground, low ground. Good for a Lucio. Well,
definitely good for a Lucio, but generally, this map is fantastic because you can have that kind of Widowmaker dominance as well up on these kind of early ruins. If you get that early pick and you rush to that point, you are immediately ahead and you're a man up, and then you can just storm it.
Very
It'll be
true.
interesting to see what these two teams take here.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see these comps coming out of these maps.
It looks like we're playing dive on one side and a double shield on the other.
Very, very interesting. So looking at this so far, what can we expect out of these compositions coming in right now? Where we have
it's an interesting one for the red team there, because they're going in with Merthyr's going in with a fairly brawly comp with the McCree and the
Reaper,
but they don't have the Lucio with the speed. They're going for a lot of heals with Moira and Baptiste.
Very true indeed.
Whereas it looks like the Matadors are going to try to take as quick fights as possible with that Lucio, the Genji, the ball, and if they can target it right, they can truly isolate that back line. But Merthyr's Reaper may cause them a bit of trouble.
Very true indeed. We're looking like a left push here coming out from Marling Matadors, getting shut down instantly by the brawly comp from Merthyr. A lot of damage being pumped in from that Reinhardt, swinging in the back line, going for the Lucio. Lucio getting cut off. It's quite simple as what you would see from here coming out of Merthyr. Running against a dive comp, it's very straightforward. They should possibly win it every time, if you think about it in terms of compositions, where you got such a brawly comp coming out of Merthyr. Once the Marling Matadors dive on top of them, they're just going to swing away, pump a bunch of damage in, following the Reaper as well as the Rhine, and it's sort of goodbye to your dive comp. As we've seen already, instant change out of Marling Matadors heading over to that double shield. Oh, we do love a bit of double shield. Looking at huge slam coming out of Merthyr right there.
The lamp deployed from both sides and to focus that down very quick. Ryan is chasing that Genji with a big pin on the other Ryan, straight into the back line, and he goes down.
Absolutely huge coming out of Merthyr right there. Big slam play. But
it's interesting to see how quickly that shift there went from they realized that dive was not going to work as soon as that Reaper caused them a lot of trouble on that first push. They got isolated, and then they realized that working into a kind of brawly comp like this is not going to happen.
Yeah, it's very, very true there. You're looking at two absolute brawly comps here. Are we looking at a mirror match? Oh, we've got a Hanzo on side of Marlin and a McCree on the side of Merthyr. In my opinion, it probably looks like that I favor Merthyr to probably win using that composition. Big Death Blossom coming out. Unfortunately, not going to get down, but he gets rocked out by Sigma. Still alive, though, taking the back line. Slam missing nobody on the side of Merthyr. Blythe, the Reaper, takes out a kill. Ryan is low. They're probably going to look to push in. Big kill. Triple kill. Quadruple kill coming out of Blythe on the side of Marling Matadors. Big push.
Really cleverly played by the Matadors there. They really kind of held their ground. They didn't push onto that point until they got those kind of 1 or 2 picks. Waited for that Reaper ult, rocked him out of that Reaper ult to waste that, with the Reaper ult getting 0 picks, and then just pushed in and then cleaned up.
We're looking at Baptiste, AFK. Maybe had a bit of problems. Not sure. He's back now. We resume on with the game. Hopefully, we might see Daddy Lampard here looking to take a flank with his High Noon. Is he going to pop off? Flashes the Moira, get the High Noon out. Unfortunately, gets lamped by the Baptiste. No benefits. Big ult coming out from the Marling Matadors in the terms of the Coalescence as well as the Dragon to force off Merthyr. We're looking at a possible... Yeah, definitely a winnable fight for Marling Matadors here. Pumping a bunch of ultimates just to secure and take a bit of the pressure off from the Merthyr. Merthyr seems to be under control here. A bit of staggering. Unfortunate, though.
That was a really clever move by the Matadors there. They used that Hanzo ult to zone off the Reinhardt, focus him down, and then just roll through the rest of the team.
Yeah, I can agree with you there.
You can see a lot of... You've got 3 pretty big ults there, 2 support ults, and the Flux ready for Merthyr to use. If they can get that combination there, that's going to be a real big one.
Marling Matadors looking to take up the 4 ultimates they have online. Blythe TPing in the back. Big shatter coming out, gets nobody. Blythe looking to use his Death Blossom. A huge Death Blossom coming out of Blythe! What a massive play coming out of Blythe with a huge Death Blossom, picking up 5 kills. I'm pretty sure, I feel like that will pretty much secure that sort of pressure push. You know, Merthyr pumped in 1 ultimate in terms of the slam. Unfortunately picked up nobody, but managed to get it back incredibly quick. Very surprised. Still got 2.
Fortunately, Merthyr have got 4 ults here coming up.
4 ults.
The last push, and with only 1 for the Matadors. Can they use them?
Looking at a huge flux coming up.
Flux.
Looking at Dobby, trying to pick people off on the high ground. That being used. Bappo picking up a kill onto the Blythe, which is a big kill in terms of pressure taken off of Merthyr. Big Dragon coming out of Marling Matadors. Lob pick. Merthyr picking up the straggling kills, but he's still looking at Dobby on the backside. Picks up one. Baptiste is low. Can he get this kill onto the Bap? Unfortunately not. Merthyr, hold on in this massive game. Did they have the...
They did, however, use every single ult that they had leading up to that fight. All they've got there is the Reaper ult, but as Blythe demonstrated, it can be absolutely huge.
I do agree with you there.
Hiding there on the left-hand side, hoping he doesn't get spotted.
Chips is looking to get that juicy kill coming in. Blythe, they're looking just to apply the pressure on Merthyr, push him off a bit, not giving... Oh, big pill! Daddy Lampard, Trips picking up 2! Any 2s in the chat for Trips picking up a double kill. Trying to push the pressure onto Sigma. High Noon coming out of Daddy Lampard just to secure the point. Moya looking probably to touch. No touch from Marling Matadors. Merthyr take the first point on Ilios.
That is all she wrote. That was a fantastic move there from that last push to regaining control back with the ult management there was fantastic. And then they move in, they secure the point, and they had that huge Reaper ult from Trips there who really kind of solidified it for them by taking out the support in the back line and winning Merthyr the round.
Very true there. I can feel you there. Looks like we're going to Well. Our next map.
Looks like Merthyr are going for the old pull-port combination there with Orisa Hog. And the Matadors are somewhat doing the same, but no, they've gone for the Orisa Sigma with an Ana instead as well.
3, 2, 1.
This should be interesting.
It should be interesting indeed. Looking pretty much kind of a mirror comp here. Bar from... No! Yeah, mirror comp. Double shield. God, I'd love to see it. Except we have an exact mirror comp. Bar from an Ana taking on the side of Marling Matadors instead of the Moira, which is typically
both shields
seen.
Being absolutely shredded there immediately by the high damage. Orisa with a big rock to the face.
Just looking at the big pull, huge anti coming out.
Both lamps being deployed here. This is a real brawly close quarters combat here.
When I get on board.
Oh, it's a
huge Orisa pull! Lob picking up 2 kills right there. Still looking at this pressure coming in from the right side. Merthyr gonna have to try and push the point quite soon if they want to continue to keep the pressure on in this fight. Blythe takes out Trips. I think that might be all she wrote. Blythe absolutely having the game of his life, I feel like, today. Popping off. Couldn't ask for a better start from this man.
Yeah, that Orisa really won them there, that point there. Luged sent them straight down the well. It's one of my favorite things to see.
Absolute huge pull. That's what every Orisa dreams of, well. Am I right? Blythe,
okay, so just looking like a regroup from Merthyr here. It'll be interesting how to see if they take this fight, given they've got no ults, but they've got a Coalescence coming up soon. Early deployment of Lamp there. That could really cost them.
Could cost them, especially with the cooldown of Lamp nowadays. Trips looking to take the flank. Gets spotted by Blythe. Blythe, unfortunately, takes out the McCree. Wait, Reaper forced the translocate away. Big pressure coming out now as Merthyr rotate to the left. It is the shield wall we all love to see. Are we looking to probably take up a pick onto the Orisa here? Nano boost down! Huge! Death Blossom doesn't matter to find anyone, but he does manage to make up for it in the terms of 2 kills. Just keeping the pressure on the Merthyr, trying to keep them away from the point. Merthyr really feel like they are struggling. Baptiste takes a trip for himself.
You can see a swap onto the Farah here from Merthyr.
It's unfortunate that Dobby is OP with the McCree. Takes fire out straight away. But it's very weird that they're not taking a Mercy Pocket with a Farah.
You can see Trips is trying to hide behind here. I think he's looking for his big ult again.
We are hopping on board with Trips. If I can find... There he is, Trips.
He's been
spotted. He's got to go. He's going to run into Brythe here, unfortunately. He's still looking for the flank. Sticking on board with Trips. As in the backline, Dobby with the high noon. Doesn't spot Trips coming in with a Q. Gets stunned. Oh, I bet he is absolutely fuming with that one. Lamp coming out. Bappo taking up the kill zone. Looks like Merthyr could probably clean up this fight here. Graviton Flux coming out of the Sigma. Doesn't find anyone. Dobby, though, on the other hand, still picking up the straggling kills.
Oh, it's another huge pull from Luged.
Big rock, big pull. Marling Matadors still hold. Merthyr on the back foot right here. Moira low on the left side. They've noticed it. Down she goes.
And
another pull into the well, followed by a sleep dart. I think that's all she wrote.
That was a fantastic round by the Matadors there. Lubed especially was having the game of their life. Their positioning in comparison to the main tank of Merthyr was just far superior, and their use of the environmental kills with the halts was unparalleled. They must have got about 5 picks there, which are absolutely crucial to them winning that round.
Very, very true there. Looks like Marlin, the Matadors, not Matadors, as someone pointed out to me in chat. The heat of the moment, you get names wrong, you get them wrong. But big flip in terms of the first map what we've seen on Ruins compared to how well they just held well. They held well. See that? Comedy at its finest. We're looking at a Junkrat coming out of Merthyr.
And a Lucio swap by Ivan Locke on the Matadors side.
Very interesting indeed.
A switch onto the Rhine by Merthyr as well. It's a
huge pick though to begin with.
As well. They
got low enough
point and just kind of lock it down. They'll be in for good. Lamp deployed early again.
Very deployed early. Coming aboard. Oh, we're not jumping aboard anywhere because my camera's just gone wrong. There, we're back. We're back.
Yeah, it's an early cap by Merthyr.
Early cap by Merthyr.
Hold this down.
Looking to get into the first person camera. Huge fire strike coming out of. I can't even say the one. The Reinhardt.
Catch him. I have no idea. We call him Ryan.
We call him Ryan. We're gonna call him Reinhardt. Big fire strike coming out of him, forcing the Marling Matadors to fall back. Looking to take this.
Going inside left room.
Another early lamp.
Deployment by Lamp again.
And a Baptiste with a 25-second cooldown that could prove crucial to the push coming out of Marlin right here.
Blythe holding top right there. He's gone for the TP. Now he's dropping down this team.
Blythe
coming up from
looking
Merthyr
for the
here.
right side. Big Coalescence going to try and keep the team alive under the pressure. Beat coming out.
Beat as well.
A bit of risky with the beat. Trips caught off guard, falling at the back. Big Coalescence kill. Looks like Marlin are absolutely taking over.
Tire as well there.
Unfortunately, big Graviton Flux coming out of Orpy, taking down 2 of the tanks for Merthyr. And Merthyr do fall and crumble, but at the price of what? 2 ultimates? 3 ultimates?
3 ultimates by the Matadors there, and Merthyr used 2, I believe. They did 3. No, it was 3 each.
3
Trips
each.
Lost. Yeah, Trips lost his Riptire in the middle of that fight, which was
unfortunate.
It's a big one to lose.
Orpy taking a bit of damage from Trips here. Gonna try and feed him a new tire. Looking to get some huge kills coming out of Trips here. I'd love to see him pop off on the Junkrat because it's fairly unknown. Right, looking for the big rock. Takes out the Moira on the left hand side. Early lamp coming out of Merthyr again. They're all looking at Dobby on the left side, who just uses High Noon. Sticking on board with Blythe as he's trying to take the WT pressure. Window popping out. Dobby popping off!
Oh, Dobby is absolutely cleaning up. Oh, Ivan with the double boot.
Oh my god, it doesn't get any better, boys. The boop and the pulls.
Lubed throws them down with the hold.
Absolutely can't get any more fatter than those boops and pulls.
It's interesting. We've got 2 ults coming up here. We've got the Sigma ult, and we've got 3 ults. I correct myself. With Rhine, we've got Earth's Shatter, and we've got Coalescence coming up. They're looking to take this fight pretty quick. They're going straight at the point. They know
stick on board with the Rhine.
Let's see if they can use him.
He's going to look to get the huge shatters coming in now. Big Graviton Flux used first.
Huge Flux.
Big beat though, followed by the Shatter. Only managed to find 1. No kills picked up. He's going quite low. Dobby things bound. Gets picked up on the AWP. Big ultimate combinations coming out of Blythe and Tempto there, picking up 2 kills apiece. And pretty much seals the deal, I feel, for Merthyr, who have pumped in a lot of ultimates into that last fight, not managing to secure the point. And now they have to try and push with 10% left, with only a tire online.
That tire could be big, though. I mean, Trips
it could be big.
Dobby, there goes McCree zoning off that entire zone there, but the Sigma Shield does stop him.
No still picks up a kill on the Trips. That is a huge kill, considering his tire would have been online. Huge ping coming out of the Reinhardt on the point, though. Lamp used early for Merthyr. Could be crucial. Looking to pop out that healing. Dobby popping in the inside. Trying to pick the kill into the Baptiste. Very unfortunate. Huge Graviton Flux! The Rhino for Merthyr. Pop it off. Gets 2 kills.
As well.
Merthyr, hold on.
Just McCree and another boop. You love to see it.
You gotta love to see, especially you being the Red Elusive main. You gotta love to see it. Another early lamp use from Merthyr.
Yeah, they seem to be
scarce lamps.
a bit of kind of scared lamps. But It's interesting. They've swapped off that Junkrat despite not using the tie there. They've gone to a May.
Oh, May, the demon is alive. Hopefully trying to see Merthyr going to try and use that May to their advantage. Possibly to try and force the Marling Matadors into a certain choke point. They're looking to take...
Matadors with one ult coming up here. They're going to drop the Coalescence.
Coalescence could be fat. Ryan popping in. Merthyr pick up 2 early kills, which is crucial though. But the trade onto the May means that Merthyr lose that sort of shield pressure and the wall pressure from May.
Oh, huge drop from Orphe.
Popping off in the backline. Another boop from Merthyr. Takes out the Moira, which is their crucial healing. Meaning that Marling Matadors... Ryan holding the left click and swinging. This could be Merthyr's game to take. You have Shatter online coming off from the Rhino for Merthyr, looking to get a huge slam. Slams 2! Manages to pin the McCree. Sigma quite low. Gets the kill. The ball looking to keep swinging, getting that momentum going. Bappo takes him down.
Lucio's now back a point. Huge beat. Stall it out there.
Blythe looking to TP in. Has his ultimate online. Oh, he's dead. Where am I going? We're back up to the point. If Blythe can stay alive, he can get a huge ultimate here. Kicks up 2 kills. This could be it for Marling Matadors. They don't take him down in time. Merthyr kills him. And Merthyr take the win on Ilios.
It's an absolute turnaround there. The Matadors looked sure to hold that down, but Merthyr really rallied at that last point and solidified that down there because they forced all the ultimates out of the Matadors and then they were left with nothing and they couldn't charge anything in time to really win in that fight. Blythe got those 2 kills in the end, but it just wasn't enough.
I mean, I 100% thought Marling Matadors had that game in their hands, but Merthyr whipped out the Uno reverse card, and boy oh boy did it prove worthy.
And you can see at the end there, Lude with the 5 environmental kills. They had a fantastic game where they, especially on Well, where they were just sending people off the map left, right, and center.
Absolutely huge coming out of Merthyr right there. Considering how gone I thought they were gone in that game. They really did turn that around. And all thanks to those amazing boot plays. Using that Lucio, using the Orisa. Just to utilize the edges of the maps. Ilios is so known for, its boot potential. And they really used it to their advantage today. And it really showed. Because it managed them to get those early picks. Especially, onto Moira in the first fight. Or, take down that healing originally when they coalesced. It was... incredible because the Marling Matadors then lose that healing potential, thus then make them more vulnerable to losing those fights. And Merthyr really capitalized on those.
For sure, but regardless of that, it was a fantastic fight from both teams there. It's very evenly matched, this game, so it's going to be really interesting to see how this kind of dynamic between the 2 teams works on future maps.
Indeed, it does indeed. But now it looks like we'll be moving on to Eichenwald for our second map.
I do think it's interesting though that the Baptiste for the Merthyr side, who's running one of the college computers, so we don't have a name for, but they do seem to have an issue with a habit of panic lamping and lamping very early on, which given kind of Baptiste changes and how it's a 25-second cooldown now, it's really kind of made them suffer a little bit.
Yeah, they do tend to lose that sort of safety net quite early on each fight. As you said, the cooldown, they really did butcher that man. They gave him a really long cooldown on that lamp, meaning you have to be very precise on how you use and where you use your lamp. And Merthyr just seemed to be chucking it around like a frisbee on the beach. As if, we don't need the lamp, we can hold them off. But in reality terms, everyone knows you need that Baptiste lamp. It's probably one of the most crucial aspects in the game today with the metas that we have. And... it's quite interesting to see them willy-nilly just throwing around the lamp.
Yeah, you can't just walk up to the
team and
can we have our frisbee back, please? It doesn't quite work like that, to be honest.
It's like when you lose a football under your neighbour's car and you got to go ask them because you can't reach it,
Back, please?
Can we have it back?
It
doesn't work.
It sadly does not work like that.
Does not work at all. But it seems we're going to be taking a little break before we move on to Eichenwald. So
definitely. Eichenwald. So this is quite a that first choke point is going to be really interesting, especially if both teams are kind of mirror comping like they have been throughout this game, and they both have these brawl comps. It may just be a case of who's faster and who can take the fights quicker and just run at each other and see what happens. But generally speaking, Merthyr's ult economy has been much, much better and they haven't been over-investing too much in fights. But again, there are the issues with the lamp and things like that. But it looks like we're heading straight into it now.
Yeah, looks like we are getting into our game of Eichenwald. Time to switch back over to the scene. Woo! Here we go, guys. Eichenwald, we are at.
Attack first.
Yes, as stated before, Merthyr are assembling their heroes on the attack first, and we have Marling Matadors on the defense. Very interesting to see where they come out, especially said with the mirror comps that they've been running. Be very interesting to see what we get on this lovely map of Eichenwald, which can go anywhere, can do anything, you know? Be very, very interesting. See what we get. I'm running out of air. Take a sip of my water before this match starts. There's so much energy in this atmosphere. These college games are insane. The amount of
they
players.
Are very, very high energy. I'll give them that.
It's like watching the Overwatch League, but for college.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. I'm absolutely loving it.
For sure. Looks like we're seeing a similar comp, except we're going for the Rhine Zarya on the side of Merthyr here. They're keeping that soldier, and their Trips is staying on his trusty Reaper, which is tried and trusted.
Very, very true. But you have on the opposite side the double shield, as well as Blythe on the Reaper and Dobby on the McCree. Both incredibly talented DPS.
Here is that Ivan has switched onto that Baptiste, and we got Tamto now playing Anna. So if they can land those big antis, especially with the lack of double shield on Merthyr's side, he's really going to do a lot of damage with that Reaper as well.
Very true indeed. We're looking at Lob, probably going to try and get a bit of ult charge with a fire strike into the spawn doors. Pick up 20%! That's insane!
That's a
huge ult percentage. Early bubble
got shredded already. Azari's looking to get some high energy straight on.
Both bubbles coming out early from Merthyr. Could cause quite down. Trips almost going low in the corner. Marling Matadors taking a bit of a back foot here. Lamp out early. Merthyr should recognize this. Big pin coming out a lot though onto Trips. Down goes the DPS. Lamp.
It's a big lamp there.
Huge lamp coming out of Merthyr, trying to keep that team alive. Gets shredded instantly. Ryan go down by Blythe. Once again, probably one of my favorite DPS players I've seen so far in this set of series. Popping off, proving everyone why Reaper is such a good hero and how you can use him to your advantage.
Hiding behind the team there. They don't know she's there.
If I could find it.
She is hidden right beside the point.
Oh! Indeed she is. I can see her on the map. She's looking...
I think she's waiting because she knows she has... Oh, she's then forcing out. She's straight behind them. But
she's going to have grabs coming up very, very soon.
That's huge. Lamp's down already. Oh, it's a double
big slam!
It's a double slam for both teams.
Fortunately, Trips going to take it down. Lob gets the nano, looking to get some swings going in. Blythe once again picking up the huge kills.
It's unlucky.
Unlucky. Blythe trying to just pick off the damage. Has his ultimate. Oh, like big pin coming out of Lob from the left field from nowhere, taking out
Just Danny Lampard left on point there. He's going to get a big stagger though.
Very, very true. Looking. Oh, and he's dead.
That was a fantastic play because that is something I've rarely seen ever, where both Rhines slammed at exactly the same time. So everyone's just sat on the floor.
It just goes to prove how in sync these teams are and how good they are.
Oh, that's
Blythe,
a
early
huge pick onto the BAP.
And he gets away with his life. I'd be absolutely fuming if I was the support. That Blythe can just TP into your backline, get a kill, and walk out for free. Blythe looking to get a huge kill. Lobbed with a massive fire strike.
Blythe has got his ult. He's looking to drop it here, I think.
Zarya left alone on the backside.
Looking like a retreat, but Ryan here has overextended. And
he is there. He pays for it with his life. Lamp coming out from Merthyr, though. There's a big anti. This could be a huge ultimate coming out of Trips.
And in comes Blythe.
Trips from Blythe. Trips is dead, of course. Blythe popping off with a 4K Death Blossom kill. Once again, proving why his ultimate and his ability on Reaper has been outstanding this game.
Honestly, it's like a hot knife through butter. He's just cutting through the enemy team with that ult. He's isolating those picks as well on BAP, which is huge. Kind of making them a man down before they even start the fight.
Just the way he slithered in from the left-hand side, knowing that they were going to be antied and low, and just managed to get the insta-pick. Flanking in the backline, looking to take out the supports. Doesn't manage to find a kill, uses Rayful to get out. Big slam, gets nobody! Unfortunate, Coalesce is forced out from Merthyr to keep the healing alive. Graviton Flux.
Big, huge Flux.
Big takes out. Huge slam coming down from Merthyr though. Trips in the backline looking to pick up the two healers. Anna's low. Big visor coming out. Trips in the backline with the triple kill. Managed to find 4 kills on that push. Possibly securing Merthyr the point.
Trips with the trips. Unbelievable stuff.
Absolutely insane coming out of this game today. Back and forth. It's an incredible game to cast and an incredible game to watch. Both DPS proving insane. But the Reinhardt for Merthyr, the huge slam from uptown inside of the Graviton Surge, managed to pick up 2 kills on the down throw, thus allowing Trips to flanking the back, pick up the 2 kills that he needed on the DPS and the support, getting his ultimate ability and just swinging around and cleaning up that fight for Merthyr. It was absolutely incredible to watch. He's TPing right to the Reaper though. Do they notice? A Reaper 1v1. Who is the better one? We'll find out today.
Oh, this is matchup of the Reapers here. This is what we've been looking for. It's just Trips versus Blythe.
Blythe dropping down.
Here they go, here they go.
Bit of a 2v1 going on. That's a bit unfair, but Blythe takes the L for that one.
Oh, but that's a huge pick onto the Moira there from Dobby.
Trips looking just a W key. Early lamp coming out of Marling. Looking at a big kill coming in. A swap onto the Lucio coming on a Merthyr though. Probably looking to get those speed boosting
Merthyr at the moment. They need to back off.
Ryan lobbing in, gets the nano, picks up 1. Looking to just swing around, has his slam. Is he going to use it this fight? No, he knows the ult. To save his ultimate for another fight. A huge nano and a huge pin coming out of Lobbed. As he lobs himself into the enemy backline, picking up 2 kills.
Dobby there was huge. He picked off both supports in the middle of that fight there, especially right early on with the Moira. That was big. You're now seeing that move onto Lucio from Merthyr as well, so they can take these fights quicker. Early lamp again from Merthyr. Will it cost them?
Dobby gonna get killed by Trips, who's taking the high ground away, thus allowing Merthyr to push in. Marling Matadors, new slam coming up. Gets blocked by the Rhine, but it does manage to sneak through.
From the Lucio.
Blythe picking up
just
2 more kills.
Up that backline again.
Absolutely shredding these tanks. It's Ryan charging in, picks up Babu. Nothing this man cannot do. Picks up the stagger onto the Lucio as well. This man is absolutely insane.
This is a fantastic match, but this is really interesting here because Bappo has been holding on to his ult for a long time here. Blythe has got his ultimate and he's just trying to sit in the backline. He's forced out lamp already and he didn't even have to do anything. Didn't have to fire a shot, but he goes down.
He gets down. Trips in the backline. Picking up 2 kills. I couldn't find Trips. That's very sad.
Trips in the trip.
Trip is tripping the enemy down. Window and attack with the visor.
There.
Very, very interesting indeed. The fight was won and out comes the visor.
Yeah, it was a slight overcommitment from both Baptiste and Soldier there. They were not needed, but if Ryan can just slam them before they try get for the recontest. Reaper's used his ult. He's used Wraith already.
He gets absolutely shredded, Blythe, before he even gets a chance to touch.
Oh, there's the grab.
Big nano coming out. Huge.
Oh, it's a flux coming out though.
Managed to pick up only Bappo.
Turn this around.
Lube absolutely shredding through Merthyr on this Reinhardt.
And that's the last. I don't think they can touch back in time again. Especially Soldier's just gone down there as well. He's just
big staggers coming out. Ryan maybe looking to get a big pin. If he pins him here, I think that might be all she wrote for the touch from Merthyr.
I think they'll be able to touch maybe.
Big block by Lobbed. No touch from Merthyr. They will stop just past the bridge.
And the Merthyr really paid the price there for overcommitting to that last fight. They had nothing to do. They had nothing they could use there to stop them from recontesting. They had that grab, but they just misplaced it slightly, so they couldn't stop them. They were still contesting the point.
Very true indeed. But what a very interesting attack phase coming out of Merthyr, and a very well defending phase coming out of Marling Matadors there. It's incredible. Excuse me, sorry. I'm losing my voice from screaming and casting. Let me take a sip. But it's very interesting and highly effective how these teams are able to counter each other, but also play well together. Like both DPS picking up crucial kills, both DPS popping off, both tanks picking up crucial kills, making space, using slams, graviton fluxes, all in the right places. And it proves that truly these teams are a very equal mirror match in terms of skill. Which is
Definitely,
very interesting.
This is a really even match. I mean, you can see just how, as we talked about, it's a lot of this match is the matchup between Trips versus Blythe. It's the Reaper. It's the British Esports Reaper Association.
Reaper off 1v1.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
I'd love to see a Reaper 1v1. Maybe we'll get it.
You're seeing Ivan now for the Matadors. They're taking that pharmacy and seeing if Dobby can do a lot of damage. His McCree was fantastic for picking up those supports. If they can do the same thing again, force those early lamps out from Merthyr, like we're seeing in these matches, they can really do a lot of damage here.
Very true indeed.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
He really did pop off with that McCree. and just seeing what he can probably do as a lovely Pharah, looking maybe just to go over the top, get a bit of an off angle.
Looks like they're trying to go inside left side here.
As they go inside left side, Lob picking up a kill.
Oh, huge
kills
on from Lubed. Oh, Ryan's both open there.
Sticking on board with Dobby as he just flies on the backline, laying in that sideways off angle damage, allowing the rest of Marling Matadors just to push through, knowing that the Merthyr Mountains would be low, considering the amount of off angle. Oh, Dog picking up the fadeaway kill, staggering out the Baptiste from Merthyr right there, probably allowing such a big gap now, considering Merthyr only have to rely on Moira heals.
Yeah, you're seeing Trips switch onto that soldier now, so you're getting that double hit scan because they recognize that pharmacy is a real threat. Trips is going off his specialist Reaper.
And he seems to be laying down the off-angle fire into the Pharah. They'll probably, hopefully not
high ground here.
It's a huge rock!
Sends him off.
See you later!
Early lamp again from Merthyr.
Taking this 1v1.
Building barrage very quickly here without a mercy, but that barrage could do a lot of damage.
Very true, did big call outs push out from Moira. Huge slam coming out of Merthyr Ryan! Unfortunately, not able to pick up any kills, but he does manage to pick up one.
There it is. Picks up one.
A pitch also right.
Taken out. But no, this looks pretty solid here from the Matadors.
Indeed.
First fight so quickly. They've still got over 4.5 minutes left on that clock, and all they have to do is push it over this one little bridge.
Absolutely, indeed. Huge slam coming out of the Merthyr Mountains. Unfortunately, they were already down 2 players, unable to get the kill. Oh, Moira damage orb. You gotta love to see it taking out Moira. Popping absolutely off right now, picking up 2 kills. Can we see Moira
huge boot from the Lucio. Kills
Oh
Blythe.
my god, Blythe is down. Big slam coming out of Lob.
Complete with the flux as well. I don't think McCree can touch in time, and I think that is it for Merthyr. Matadors take the round.
Matadors really convincing me here why their attacking phase on every map we've seen them so far can be superb to watch. Just their ult economy, their target efficiency is just incredible, and as you can tell, it's just superb to watch. Really is.
They are fantastically aggressive at this Matador side. There you can see that there's the double slam there, and here comes the fantastic ult from Trips.
Yeah, absolutely, indeed. Big slam for the Merthyr Reinhardt there, just to take out those 2, allowing Trips to just to flanking, get an easy double K, and just pop shots away.
I think Lube was the better main tank in that battle there, especially as Reinhardt. He solidified the team so much. He was a true rock. It's not to say Merthyr didn't play well, but I think Lube had an especially fantastic game there.
That is very, very true. They call him Lobbed all game. I've just noticed his name is Looped. Lobbed, I've been calling him. I do apologize. But
at least we're saying his name. We can't even pronounce Kakibuchi. We are very sorry if you rewatch us back and we are
sorry we can't pronounce your name. Let us know next time.
Anyway, but yeah, again, a very even match. I mean, they took it very quickly, but the Matadors took that very quickly. But generally speaking, in terms of the fights when it was a kind of one-on-one, when Merthyr didn't get kind of picked off early on, which seemed to be their weakness, the brawls themselves seem to be very, very even. But that match, I think that was just a fantastic demonstration of ult economy, target focus, and aggression from the Matadors there. And they kind of deserved to win that.
I totally agree with you there. They absolutely dominated that attack phase, and there was nothing else you could really say about it. They knew who to pick, who to focus, and just what to do in full. And it really did show on their attacking phase compared to their defensive phase. But now we move over to Rialto. Not a map you mainly see a lot, but I'm very interested. Rialto.
Big boop potential once more.
Very, very
big boop potential. I mean, on this first point here, you'll always see me do a little rollout, kill the railings on either side of the bridge, and just kind of wall ride on top of these buildings here. Try go for a boop, end up feeding, die. But you know, maybe these kids are better than me, so let's hope they can do it.
Let's hope they can get those lovely ready Lucio boop plays on this first bridge point. Yeah.
So it looks like Merthyr's taking the defense first. Matadors are going for the attack, and again, I think we're going for a pretty similar setup to last game here.
Yeah.
Except for Merthyr taking a strong double shield with Rhino Risa this time, and a Doomfist.
We have noticed that
Oh, hold
The
on.
Reinhardt and
Ryan
Doomfist
has switched to Doomfist.
have swapped roles, which is legal. It's between maps.
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Absolutely fine.
This should be interesting.
Well, this should be very interesting, considering we haven't seen them play these opposite roles before. You know, Daddy Lampard has always been the sort of DPS player that we've seen, and now he's suddenly taking the Reinhardt. Well, I don't know what happened. I'd never do that. I'd never give up my DPS role for a main tank. But hey, yo, some people might like it, some people might not. But we do see the double shield combination coming out once again.
A stroke of genius. We never know.
It could be indeed, and we could both be wrong about absolutely everything we just talked about.
Early TP there. A huge early lamp again by Merthyr for seemingly no reason.
I think just the sheer presence of Blythe TPing in strikes fear into Merthyr, knowing how good they can be.
Slick Doomfist there. Can they take advantage of it?
Big fire strike coming out of Lubed. I'll get his name right.
The aggression there by Matadors again. They are just forcing all this ground out of Merthyr. Blythe the backline again.
Absolutely showing us why Reaper is so OP in this double shield meta. The amount of sheer presence he has. Just what he's W keying into the backline. It just goes to show how good he is at this hero and how good he is at his role.
He didn't even have to TP anywhere. He was just kind of W king, just walking straight into them. They can't do anything about it. They've got nothing to shut him down.
Oh, almost got pulled off the bridge there. Has no fate to get out, but he will get out indeed.
We've seen we've seen the Doomfist swap to a Junkrat already. We're seeing the lesser spotted Junkrat come out in this match.
We do love a bit of Junkrat. Slam already online for Lubed. Good looking to pick up a big slam. Big slam coming out of Lubed, followed by the anti-nade. In they go. Down go Merthyr. And Marling Matadors, I said it right, will take up the clean swipe just past second point bridge.
Yeah, it was Dobby and Orpy there kind of stole the credit of the Anna and the Rhine, who that was a perfect combination of a slam and anti-nade. They were just helpless on the floor. It was
absolutely incredible indeed. As you can see, Lubed was waiting for that shield to break from out from the Orisa and the Rhine just to get his slam to slam at least 5 people, followed by the anti-nade. There's nothing else he could do there.
Only one ult invested as well here, but you can see Junkrat's going in for some flank kills here. But in terms of ults, they're pushing this far and they're already way ahead of them.
Coalesce is coming out of my absolutely huge Gravito Flux coming out. And Dobby with the 4K as the come slam into the ground. Absolutely insane. If I can find Dobby, here he is. That's not Dobby. No more Dobby. I can't find him. He's somewhere.
Junkrat gets that 1 kill onto Baptiste, but they cap the point.
They do cap the point indeed. Absolutely.
Again, only 2 ultimates used by Matadors there again, but they just absolutely clean them up. We've got 5 ultimates for Merthyr here. Can they use them effectively?
Merthyr have a bunch of ultimates they can burn here, try and keep the pressure off, but unfortunately Trips is down already. The Baptiste proving why he's such a good hero in this meta. Unfortunate with a big slap coming to Loop though, followed by the Nano Death Blossom. Out goes Merthyr. See you later. It's Blythe's game today, and he's absolutely loving it.
Blythe is on fire. That man is just tearing it.
This man is proving to me.
It's a quick swap onto the Lucio here to see if they can get that recontest. He's going in for it. He's managed to avoid him. He's staying high above that point, just enough in time.
Managed to get a good test, but what I'm looking at is Blythe. Absolutely, just standing in the back.
Early quick again, but it does it to no avail. I mean, the Matadors here are just so aggressive and they're so focused. They are lasering people down. They knew they didn't have to worry about that Lucio. He wasn't doing anything, so they just focused him. Everyone was on him, and yeah, that's
very true indeed.
Moira touching that point there, but I don't think it's going to last long. Oh, Trips gets onto that point there, but doesn't have an ult.
Trips managed to pick up 1. Can he pick up more? Dobby shuts him down. Lubed managed to pin the Rhine. In comes the Lucio again. High noon coming out of Dobby. Doesn't pick up anyone though. Big slam coming out. I'm pretty sure that is all she wrote. Huge sleep onto the Lucio. In comes the Orisa. Bye bye Horsey. You will not stay on this point today. And Marling Matadors capture the whole 3 points in Rialto with 4 minutes 25 time back, which is incredibly impressive.
0-3. Switching sides.
I don't know what else to say. This
is the Matadors are really. We thought this was. I mean, we're starting to see a shift in power towards the Matadors here. It was even that first match, but I think something's clicked, and that composition is really. They've nailed that down. They've warmed up, and they are absolutely rolling people.
I can agree with you there. They definitely have warmed up, and they are feeling themselves right now. Like, just the sheer amount of just confidence they have W keying in towards, you know, Merthyr's tanks, thinking, you know, I'm going to get these here. There's nothing they can do about it, and I will just stand here all day, get the damage in, down they go. And they just proves straight away just how much they've really warmed up to these matches. And Merthyr just seemed to have sort of panicked a bit, been a bit shocked, you know. The initial win, I feel like, would have bumped their confidence up. And then, you know, Marling Matadors switched the flip. And I feel like Merthyr just haven't recovered from it yet. Flip the switch.
Flip the switch.
It's been a long day. We've had a lot of intense matches. I'm getting words wrong, okay?
You can see Lubed there with his Reinhardt. He's really dominated. The amount of shatters he blocked and then kind of counter-shattered the whole time. He's really proving himself to be the dominant main tank here. But Merthyr switched onto that Mercy there. But I think the key thing is Matadors have analysed the weaknesses of the Merthyr side in terms of the early lamps and the overcommitment, and they're cashing it home. They're just using it.
I can agree with you there.
Rock by the Sigma, not reaching anyone from Bappo. Looks like they're just damage boosting that Junkrat. Seeing that an early lamp again from Merthyr.
I think we might see a bit of what I would expect for the Marling Matadors to push up here. They seem to be falling back, taking the first point corner, which is very useful. Looking to get the lamp onto the corner, maybe. Lubed. Absolutely just swinging away. He's having hell of a time today because he knows he can get those fatty slams. As you can tell, he's already 84% trips. Taking in the backline. Lucio low. Dobby looking to pick him up.
Only 10% off tire already. Daddy Lampard has been charging it very, very quickly.
Trips. Gets the kill. You're right. Daddy Lampard already has the tire, looking to get a
huge slam from the Rhine.
Oh. Moving on from Daddy Lampard. Sorry you had to see that, guys. But Blythe actually picking up a 3K, dominating in the backline. As we see Daddy Lampard looking to take the flank. Unfortunately, didn't time his mind right and takes a swim in the Rialto River.
Right. It's really unfortunate because Kachabuchi got a huge 3K slam as well. If he was there to combine that with the rip tire, it would have been absolutely massive.
It would have been massive indeed. But Daddy Lampard once again getting shut down by Dobby, who's just holding that off angle.
I think that's the key thing. They don't have that same synergy the Matadors do. Big rock onto the Rhine there.
A lot of damage coming out.
2% off his ultimate. It looks like he may drop it here soon.
Big huge rocks coming out of Merthyr. Picks up 2. Merthyr taking a slam just to secure the push. Unneeded, maybe. Unnecessary, maybe. But was it worth it? Heck yeah, it was. To prove that you are here to prove business.
Definitely. You're seeing 2 ults still here. Dan Lampard's still got his ult that he was hanging on to after his unfortunate failed flank. But Map has still got his window here, which can be huge, given that they have to run straight to the point here to recontest it.
Very true indeed. We're going to get on board.
Blythe going in for the ultimate, though.
Blythe absolutely picking up 2. We got Lubed swinging away. Already has another slam. Doesn't pick up anyone, unfortunately. But look at the back.
That's a perfect Dobby there with a huge flank with the Deadeye. And Trips just can't help but run away. But that was a big commitment from the Matadors there. You saw Bongo, you saw Deadeye, you saw Death Blossom, and you saw Slam as well, which got blocked by Merthyr.
Yep.
Merthyr still got the 2 ults that they had going into that fight.
True, very true indeed. 4 ultimates down for the Marling Matadors. Can they build up the ultimates quick enough before the Merthyr Mountains decide to ult dump onto them? You see Merthyr Mountains looking to push in quite early on. Stuck about with Trips. Blythe taking a bit of the off angle, trying to get the damage. Huge slam, only manages to pick up 1. Early lamp coming out. Big kill. Was staying on board with Trips as he's looking just to keep the pressure on, going for the flank in the backline.
Ryan is absolutely
gets flashed by Dobby, kills Dobby, swinging away, goes the Reinhardt, and he goes.
Home. They can't contest. They're just going to die here. This is going to be a huge stagger if they can pick them off now. Only 3 of them, no 4 of them. Blythe's back with them. Can they keep pushing? If they're clever, they'll go aggro here, and then they'll get the stragglers because there's only 4.
Very true indeed. Probably looking not so much. Probably just going to try and force them away. Unfortunate considering how many players they were down. Arista Shield already down. Orpi falling back. Rhine Shield looking a bit shattered here. We're coming up.
For a TP somewhere. We've seen Junkrat on that high ground there trying to contest the McCree, but loses. Trips is in the middle of the front line there.
Early lamp already out from Marling Matadors, allowing this Graviton Flux to come online. Huge slab coming out of Lubed. And he manages to pick up 2 kills, followed by his DPS, as per usual. It's, you know, the same thing every time. You know, Lube goes in, getting those massive W key swings, followed by a slam, followed by 2 DPS kills. It's the same textbook stuff every time, but Merthyr cannot keep up with it.
They are like a well-oiled machine, the Matadors, when it comes to the Rhine play. Down goes the Orisa shield. Again, early lamp from Merthyr here. Maybe zoning.
Staying on board, trips. Doesn't manage to find anyone the graviton with the fuck. Huge slam! But Dobby from the high ground takes up 3 kills. Looking to take up the 4th. Unfortunately, big res coming out of Merthyr though. It's going to get shut down instantly. As you can see, you know, Dobby on this off angle, just proving that how just impactful one ultimate can have at these off angles, which nobody says. A big tire coming out of Merthyr pretty early, coming swinging in, doesn't find anyone, but does force out the lamp. But now they know he's there. Dobby looking to take up the kill. Trips on the high ground, looking to jump at the backline, gets flash, and down he goes.
Here he goes.
Blythe in the backline once again, proving to us just he's done it all game.
Oh, Luke's going in for
Luke's going in deep. He is on his way. He has shatter. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't use it in the spawn doors, considering how aggro this man is.
That last fight there, Ryan was that Blythe just walked straight towards them, just W keyed out of them and just ulted in the middle of them, and they can't do anything. They've got no CC to deal with him.
Very true, very true, very true. We're looking, staying on board with Looped here, as he does have the shatter, but it does look the Marling Matadors are going to be falling out. Big kill onto the Orisa though from Trips. Window used.
60 seconds.
Bit of an early window, if I must be fair.
We've seen McCree on that high ground again.
Huge slam coming out of Looped!
Looped again!
Once again, it's the same every time.
It's a big flux, it's a big flux though.
Doesn't manage to find anyone, which is quite unfortunate.
The res cancelled by Mercy's death, and then Bappo's just going to die here. Again, they turn that around. Looped with a huge
Oh my god, this man is insane. The amount of times I look away, I just see it on the side of my screen. This man has another shatter. He shattered 5 people, 4 people, you know, and then you just get the follow-up like Dobby and Blythe. They know what they're doing. They do it every fight, but it proves so worthy, and it just shows that it works. Sitting on board with Dobby, taking the high ground off angle.
Play him this time.
Dobby
he really wants that slam.
Taking the high ground for the backline. Only picks up the Mercy. Unfortunately, Lamp does get used though.
It's a big slam too. Oh no, only one. The Rhine blocked it. But
the
it's
thing
big
is,
enough to get the picks.
they do take the picks.
Pick up a pick there.
Only left alive is the Orisa. I can't speak. I'm losing my mind. This game is too good. I'm losing the ability to speak normal words anymore.
It looks like Matadors may be able to get a recontest here. Merthyr's swapping on that Lucio to get back quick. They have reassembled very quickly. They've got the spawn advantage here for Matadors. Ryan going in, Lube going in straight away, and he's
Trips in the backline. Huge slap from Lube. Absolutely insane. Blythe popping in with another Death Blossom, and he goes, it's, you can't say anymore. And the Marling Matadors take the win on Rialto. All thanks to this man.
Another huge play by Lube there again. You saw that regroup quick. They all grouped up. And Lube came in with a huge slam, and then Blythe just cleaned up. It's textbook stuff.
Textbook stuff, but it works indeed. You see the play of the game here. Just the clean up from the Merthyr Mountains, finally deciding to get the huge slam, getting the couple kills. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the mighty man, Lubed and Blythe.
I think those cards say it all there, because that was just a fantastic game by the Matadors. They look at that Baptiste, 77% kill participation is absolutely unreal.
Unreal is indeed the words you should be using for this.
They were just
games.
so aggressive, but they knew exactly what they were doing. The Matadors there, they are working, as I said, like a well-oiled machine. That Ryan is just giving the DPS so much space, so Blythe can just do his thing, W key onto people, and just tear them a new one.
Indeed, that is so true. The amount of space that Lube is creating with his Reinhardt just allows his DPS just to be so free, and it's proving so well in the Merthyr can't control it. You know, Lube just W keys into the front line, creating so much space between his DPS and the Merthyr Mountains that it's just insane. It's stuff you would see coming out of like an Overwatch League tank, you know? He has the confidence and the ability just to create the space for his team, knowing that he will be alive and that his team will protect him, and that he knows if he does his job correctly, that his DPS can pop off and do their job, and it's proving so well. It's incredible to see.
It's truly a testament to the importance of a fantastic main tank in your team and the value they can have, especially a big Reinhardt like Lubed, who is just he deserves a lot of praise for what he's done. I mean, as do people like Blythe, who is fantastic, but I mean, it's really a match of Reinhardts here, and the Matadors are truly they're winning.
Indeed. That's all I can say is indeed.
Yeah, we've got a question in chat. Do you know the average rank of these teams? Oh no, Jake has answered. Don't worry. Apparently, we don't have access to that information. Fair enough.
We do. Hello, chat. I can inform you we do not have access to that information. From what I can gauge from the you could take a gander from the abilities of these players, and I could probably say these are diamond, plat-ish players maybe.
I think so.
It's just the stuff they are doing is incredible. So I wouldn't put it past them.
Especially, I think I know I said this earlier, but the Matadors really are taking advantage of the weaknesses they've spotted within the kind of the Merthyr team of the early lamps and the overcommitment. But it looks like Merthyr are going for that the Rhine Zarya again, a switch back to that one. Bappo did hold on to his grab for a long time during that Eichenwald one, maybe out of a fear of overcommitting, but let's hope this time he can really make a difference with it. Matadors again going for that double shield, that Rhine Sigma. Orpi was huge with his rocks throughout all of these games. Lubed again, as we've given him all the praise in the world, he deserves it, but he's a fantastic Reinhardt. We're seeing Ivan again on that Baptiste. Tamto switching from Anna to Moira. I can't remember if he was on Anna last game, but Merthyr are playing the Moira Anna this time. Trips is on Anna. Hold on, Trips is...
Wait a minute.
This is a very odd one.
This is a very weird game.
Yes, Trips has swapped from Reaper onto Anna. Maybe he's hoping that you can get some kind of big anti-nades and force a lot more space for the teams.
Maybe indeed that might be true, but we do see Trusty, Blythe, and Lubed on that Rhine Reaper combination. Once again, Lubed, he's just taking the front line. He knows that if I W key, I can take this space.
Already.
Lubed, unfortunately, going way out of position.
Oh, that's...
Dobby.
And the Moira's use her fade there. If they're clever, they'll kill her. Oh, Orpi then picking out the
Reaper from Merthyr. Lamp used. Merthyr, Marling Matadors trying to stay alive. Big kill on the Blythe. As you can probably tell, the Merthyr Rhine already has his shatter, but unfortunately couldn't get it off. Lube with a massive 2k popping out. Manages to relieve that pressure.
He's already got his slam.
Both Reinhardts already have their slam in such an early phase of the game.
Anna's almost coming up on that nano as well. And we've got Coalescence already and a window for Baptiste on the Matadors side. Again, that fight there was a demonstration of how the kind of lack of aggression and target focus is really not aiding Merthyr, because that Rhine Lube there went off by himself. He was an easy kill. That Moira faded into that fight and they just couldn't pick her off.
Absolute huge slam! Merthyr using the Coalescence as well, looking to take up the 2 kills, pushing in, Lamp gets used. Dobby with a high noon from the off angle, doesn't manage to pick up anything, slowly goes down to game Merthyr, and what an absolute change up of pace for this match.
Yeah, they really... I'll eat my words, because they really went aggressive there, and that Ryan knew he needed to get that slam off first before Lubed, and he did it, and look at the results.
Yeah, that's very true indeed. Right, absolutely popping off with that early slam, managed to create the space as well as the anti-nade. It's just all she wrote for that push. The aggression that coming out of Merthyr was just so insane. But we look at here, we have Lube, who does still have his shatter on the side of Marling Matadors. And Blythe coming back up with the Death Blossom. He is looking.
High noon coming up for Merthyr and 4% here. Now they've got it. They've got their grab there as well. If they go aggro, they can use this quick, get a big combination. But they got to watch out for that Lube slam though.
Blythe managed to pick up the Reaper. Reaper 1v1's gotta love to see it. Lube just holding the shield, forcing off Daddy Lamp at the move away. Ryan gets taken down by the Baptiste. Maybe early slam. Blythe using the Death Blossom.
Maybe not needed there.
Maybe not needed considering they're on the back foot. But hey yo, whatever floats his boat, I will happily watch it as it sails away.
Matador's still there with 3 ults. They've got Coalescence, which they've still held on to, have not used, which, given how quickly it charges, maybe they're holding on to that a bit too long. Both tank ults still in play as well. High Noon coming up as well at about 20%. Given a Dobby how good he is, he can charge out in no time. He's just on the flank there, taking pot shots at the team. There's a Moira orb there just damaging straight through. Daddy Lampard going down very low, but they've got 5 ultimates here for Merthyr. If they can use this combination with... Oh, there's the grab. With the nano as well.
Doesn't manage to pick up any lamp. Trips going down. Gets the nano to the right hard.
It's a
Big
flux
Graviton
from
Flux
the
though. Dobby and Blythe both picking up 2 kills on the retrospectives. McCree taking the high ground. Blythe looking to push him away. Lubed going a bit too deep. Gets pinned for it. Could he be taken down? Yes, he does.
Revealed their position, but they've made it back to the front line.
Dobby
Looks
still...
like a good reorg here from Merthyr.
Very true indeed. Both McCrees with their high noons online.
Still. Oh no, he's back. Never mind.
Could be a huge high noon play coming out here from both teams. Maybe.
Yeah, we've got both DPS ults coming up here from Merthyr. They can use these well. Knowing the Merthyr Ryan as well, he'll be able to charge his ult in no time.
And he gets absolutely shredded by Blythe. Blythe looking to just walk in. Big,
hold on.
Big high noon. And Game Merthyr Reaper picking up the 2k. Daddy Lampard also getting going in the back. Blythe picking up the trade kills. I don't know how I feel about this one. I'm looking to find somebody who's alive.
Both DPS ults. Oh, here comes Blythe onto the point. Can he clean up?
Blythe
He's
picking
coming
up
up on
1
his
kill.
ultimate as well. Yeah, I don't think they can hold on to this for very long. They did get that tick though.
Reaper, no fate. Hit coming in for the
comes-
favor of Merthyr.
Merthyr Rhine though.
Down goes Reaper. Down goes the Rhine. And I'm pretty sure the Marling Matadors hold on for another push for now. Blythe just absolutely proving that he can just sustain for so long. Keep the pressure on. Bappo looking to try and get some early charge. Doesn't manage to find any. We now have online 3 ultimates on the side of Merthyr, as well as the Slam, the Graviton, as well as the Moira ultimate ability. But it does feel like Blythe has his Reaper ability.
He's already going for the high ground here. I think she's going to go for a surprise. Here it is.
Look at the big grab. Absolutely coming in. Comboed with the Moira ult. Blythe looking to go in the back right. Picks up 1, picks up 2. Blythe couldn't manage the pick onto the Rhine, but the Rhine does go down to the Lucio. Dobby once again picking up Bappo. Both DPS proving that even though they don't have their ultimates online, they can still pop off and get those kills when they need them.
Again, I think there's an issue with the Merthyr's comp here because they just don't have that synergy. I could predict that Bappo was going from the high ground. They're going for a surprise Graviton, but they couldn't capitalize on it. They don't have anything that they can really combine with the Graviton to truly make that great.
Very true indeed, very true.
Not only that, but they did a huge pin from Lube.
Absolutely.
No, counter pin.
Gets the counter pin. Looking to farm it up.
Lube
gets the nano.
Down goes Lube. In there goes. Down goes Orpy as well. That Ryan is just swinging his hammer. Drop the beat.
Beat coming out on the side of Marling Matadors. Gets flash. Counter flash coming out.
Blythe is just still sitting on that point. Along with the Lucio now, they need to focus down that Lucio. He's just stalling that point. Ivan there. In comes Ryan, trying to get the pin. Gets a pin on Bappo.
Gets solo slapped by the Ryan. Big Graviton Flux coming out of Orby here. Doesn't manage to find any kills though, but does get them all very low. Both Coalescence forced out of both teams. Ryan still alive, swinging away. Misses the pin onto the McCree. Very unfortunate indeed. But he's still alive, looking to get out.
Chased by Blythe and
Dobby
there. He is stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Dobby with a
fade
away headshot.
Yeah, it's a big stagger.
Unfortunate indeed, but as you see, Merthyr coming out, still with more than a tick on their side.
30 seconds remaining.
What have we got coming up here? So we've got High Noon, and if Bappo's good, he can get his ultimate in no time. But both DPS ults here, this could be big. Blythe will be able to charge his maybe by the end of this fight, and we've still got Lude with a big shatter, and they've got Deadeye as well. Those two combined could absolutely tear through Merthyr. Looks like we're going to take an aggro fight here now. We've got Reaper here pushing on the right-hand side from Merthyr. They are pushing straight up to that point because they can't do anything else. Huge zoning up by Dobby, and the slam
does not miss by any. Dobby picking up 2!
And he gets no one. Well, he gets 1, he gets all people. I don't think he can
absolutely picking up the 1 kill. Can't find Merthyr. There he is. Blythe cleaning him up. Dobby getting a 5k to seal out that round.
Yeah, again, very well played by Merthyr. That McCree zoning up combined with the Rhine slam, which was just as he didn't get anyone, but it was enough to kind of zone off that whole area, and they just closed them down.
Indeed they did. Whew! Big hold coming out of the Marling Matadors. Big push coming out of Merthyr. The Merthyr Mountains, I should say.
Yes.
This could be.
Yeah.
An interesting game. This could be interesting.
Could be very interesting.
Considering how the Marling Matadors attack has been on every map we've seen so far, I think we're gonna have to see some really big synergy and teamwork coming out of Merthyr for them to hold on.
Definitely, they need to have some kind of stun. Maybe pick up that maid that they had in that first match again. They've read my mind.
They said it, bro. They know it. They know it.
They know it.
They're watching the stream.
Because Blythe is just running into their team every time. If they can get that kind of CC to slow them down, because the Matadors, their advantage comes in how quickly they're taking these fights and how aggressive they are. If they can get that mate to just isolate a target literally one at a time and just get the Rhine to just pin them and get Dan Lampard in on Reaper to just tear through them, I think they can do a lot.
Absolutely, indeed. As you said, well, we do see a swap off in the May, though. No more Demon in this game. We get a McCree on the side of Merthyr. But that could pop off as well. Once Blythe,
we are seeing a mirror. Well, we're seeing Bappo switch onto the Orisa from the Zarya here, which is very interesting. I feel as though the damage from Bappo was very good. He was getting his ults very quickly, but I don't think it was enough. They were just shredding through Ryan's shield, and that allowed Lube to just have fun and shatter everything.
Absolutely.
Again, they're going for this really quick fight here again. Blythe just going straight in for the front line.
Early lamp coming on Merthyr
again, but a big pick onto Dobby. But I mean, Merthyr lost their McCree as well. Lube with a pick on back. That's huge. Blythe's just chasing down Moira.
Already comes out with a slam. Doesn't find anyone. Oh, very unfortunate. Blythe looking just to pick away. I can't find anyone. Lube does have his ultimate online. Getting absolutely shredded by Daddy Lampard. Picks up 2.
Daddy Lampard has kind of saved them that point there.
Indeed he did. Indeed he did.
Looks like we're going to have to reorg here. Bearing in mind that the Matadors do have spawn advantage here, you can see all 3 coming back at different times. Orisa is very far behind. If they're clever, they'll try to take a very slow fight here to wait for her to get back. What I feel like we're lubed on this, absolute nutcase of a Reinhardt. I feel like he's going to W key in and use his slam, looking to get that instant pressure. Oh, Orisa makes it back just in time for the fight.
Unfortunately.
They are W keying on again. I think we're going to see an early lamp coming out here from the next few seconds. Blythe going in from the right.
Early lamp coming out, big slam! Huge anti-nade, down goes the lamp. Lubed, absolutely popping off. Huge anti-nade coming out from Tempto, and down go Merthyr Mountains. Nano coming out, bit of an overkill, but I don't see why not. Maybe we could see a swap coming out of Marlin here. Jesus, I'm losing my will to speak. But that was insane.
Again, a very well orchestrated play there. You saw Blythe sneaking in from the left-hand side just to divert the attention enough so that the Luke could then go in, do his thing, and just slam them and just send them onto the floor.
Absolutely huge indeed. But we do see here is Blythe already has his Death Blossom online. If I could find him, it would be great. Thank you very much. There he is, looking for the off angle. He already knows. Merthyr have no idea that he's in the backline. He has pretty much a free reign right here. I think he's waiting for the lamp to come out from the Baptiste, so he knows the free kill. Loop picking up. That's a big kill already. Here comes Blythe in the backline, using his ultimate ability. Takes out 2, and we're looking at a stagger coming out of Daddy Lampard, who does have his ultimate online very soon, but does get absolutely flashbang. Baptiste looking to take the Rika test.
That kill on that back was
doesn't know.
Huge.
And that's all she wrote for our Volskaya Industries. That fire strike taking out the Merthyr Baptiste was insane, because that just allowed Blythe just to pop around the backline, use his ultimate ability, get them all low, and Bob's your uncle. That is it.
That's all you need to do.
That's all you need to do.
That is. You've seen us play the game here. It's very good healing from the Matador side.
Absolutely
Look at
insane.
that. Absolutely keeping his team in.
Imagine seeing a Moira press Q and not DPS. It's incredible. Just seeing a user healing abilities. Just heal a team.
There it is, Blythe again there with the 11 Death Blossom kills from 3 Death Blossoms.
This man. Whose man is this? Someone come get him, because he's too busy popping off in Merthyr's backline.
Is that all the games?
No idea.
I believe it was a best of 5. I mean, we're seeing people quit, and it looks like everyone's being happy in the. I think everyone's saying their goodbyes. Yep.
Yep. That is it. That is it. That's all she wrote. I'm very happy with how these games went today. As we see the Marling Matadors pick up the 3-1.
I believe it's a 3-1.
3-1 victory over the Merthyr Mountains.
For sure. That first game there was really, really even in terms of you saw Merthyr take that first game just by they were a lot more consolidated as a team. They're really, really their synergy was quite high. But then that second game, you just saw something switch on in the Matadors' head, and they honed in on the weaknesses of Merthyr, and they knew exactly what they needed to do, and they did it.
Yeah, Indeed,
It
they did
shows.
do it. It really did show in those matches today, and I can only say the Marling Matadors are going to be very proud with how they played today. It was a complete showing of just confidence, teamwork. I'm assuming a lot of communication as their team, and it really did show as they put on an absolute spectacular performance for us today. As you can probably tell with our commentating, I mean,
For sure.
I'm lost for words at this point of how
I am beyond
incredible.
impressed.
Like I thought we were gonna have some silver players playing against each other, and you know it was gonna be kind of a boring game, but they showed up. Both teams showed up. Condolences to Merthyr Matadors on the loss, but what they could take away from this game is a lot of information and practice that they can do. They absolutely killed it in the first map we had on Ilios, and it just really showed that even though they were on the back foot for most of these fights, they still showed the tenacity to get back into these games.
For sure. I mean, we can't. Merthyr played very, very well here. There are granted certain things they can work on, like the things like the early lamps and things like that, where they're just kind of panic ulting and overcommitting. But overall, they played fantastically, and I think it was just a case that the Matadors here were better.
Yes, I can agree with you there. On today, Marling Matadors take the victory, and it's incredible. Like from watching this game, the amount of young talent I can actually see in these teams is insane. Like you could put Blythe and Lubed in my top 500 games, and they'd pop off, guaranteed. Just seeing them play and the synergy they had was incredible to watch and incredible to cast. Like I haven't had such more fun casting a game ever.
Honestly, it's been a pleasure.
It's been an absolute pleasure to cast these games. But as all things start, they must end. And sadly, it's the end of our casting games today.
It is sadly come to an end.
Indeed it has.
But I have had an amazing amount of fun. Thank you, Shades. Thank you, Esports Wales, for letting us have this wonderful opportunity.
Yes.
Hopefully, we'll come back and do another one. But
Yes.
we don't know.
Thank you very much to everyone who watched, everyone cheering in chat, everyone
Thanks,
saying
John, for calling me Fork One with an extra R in my name. Thank you very much.
Yes, but we have been your casters today. I've been Overwatch Shades. You can follow me on Twitter, and this has been my lovely guest Fukwon. You can follow him on Twitter too if you want. He posts some good Reddit Lucio memes
Now and then.
They are funny. You should go follow him.
I play on Twitch now and then. If you want to watch me giga feed, that's more than welcome.
Yeah. But if you don't know anything about the British Esports Championships, take away from this game, go look into it. See if you're a college student, if they do it. If not, get them to do it. Convince people to get more grassroots esports in the college scene. But that's...
And if you're not,
Go on.
And if you're not watching this in a college and you still want to play Overwatch and you want to have more opportunities like this, feel free to hop into our Esports Wales Discord if you're not already, and fill on our sign-in forms for. We've got various amount of matches coming up. We're trying to build teams at the moment, so
Indeed.
Please hop on in.
Just get on board. That's all we can say. But that's about it. Thank you all for joining us today, and we will catch you again next time. Maybe, if they ask us to come back.
Hopefully. I mean, us shouting big slam all the time. Let's hope.
Yes.
Let's hope it's done enough.
Alright. GG's, guys. Thanks for coming. I will catch you all again. See ya.
Thanks, bye.